Hey buddies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today we're checking out Ice Cream Sandwich. The video is called Getting Sick. I'm guessing he might be sick, but we'll find out. Check out the links down below to become a member or patron. Like the video to help me out in the algorithm, and let's get started.
I don't know if you can tell from my voice right now, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sick. A
I can
vile
tell.
harbinger of disease. Don't worry, it's not COVID. Everything's
Okay.
fine, but if you
But
want
still,
to make me feel better,
sick
the only thing
is
that'll
sick.
make me feel better is to smash that subscribe
Mm.
Being sick has made me think about a lot of things. Like, what
It
it's
sucks being
like
sick.
to breathe. I remember when being sick used to be awesome. You would get sick, go to the nurse's office, parents
Go
pick you
home.
up, your mom will make you soup, and you get to watch cartoons or something for the rest of the day. Now,
Is it
at least for me,
Pokemon?
getting sick is like, well, I have to work and be sick. Who
Yeah.
set up a this is a scam.
It is a
Adults should not
scam.
be this way.
Adulthood is the worst hood.
There should
Okay.
be a service that's like when you're sick, somebody comes over and they make you soup and they tuck you in, give you a little kiss on the head, and they put on a movie and they say, "You cozy?" You go, "Yeah, I'm cozy." Anyway,
Oh dear.
the worst time that I've ever gotten sick was probably appendicitis. I already made a video about that though.
Ooh.
So the other more recent
I've never had
bad time that I got
appendicitis.
sick was about a year ago now when I was starting to feel very tingly in my appendages, and I'm like, huh, that's probably the worst thing possible. Let's Google everything.
Oh no.
Possible.
I
No.
knew it.
Googling is the worst
So
thing
first,
possible.
I must ask you,
But sometimes it's
do you
helpful.
like Square? Well, good news. This video is sponsored by Established Titles.
I thought he was gonna say Squarespace. That's hilarious. You can check out his video to see the ad.
About my symptoms and all these things. After I talked to them about my symptoms and all these things, and they're like, "Is it COVID?" And I'm like, "No, I got many tests." And then they asked me some questions, took my temperature.
Yeah, that's like the
and
thing
then they
now.
were
They'll
like,
ask
"I
you
don't
like
know." And I'm
multiple
"Okay,
times
just
if you
come
have
back if
COVID.
it gets worse, and I did. And then the next doctor that I see was like, "I don't know," and I'm like, "Okay." And they're like, "Well, let's recommend you to a neurologist because it could be a problem with your brain." And then I go to that doctor,
tests.
and they're like, "Well, I don't know what it is either, but we should scan your skull and spine." And I'm like, "Well, why don't we just start with that? It's been weeks of these symptoms, and I'm just sitting here, just why don't we start
And
with
that's
that?"
the thing that
And so
annoys
she's
me.
Like,
Like,
good news,
do
we're not
tests.
scanning a ton of people right now. We might be able to get you in today. I'm like, "Oh, this is good." She leaves for a
great
little
news,
bit.
actually.
She comes back. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I totally forgot. We have to," and then she said some word that I totally can't remember, but it's the process that she's like, "We
Prior
have to do this
authorization.
process." What the
Yeah, yeah.
process is she has to go to the insurance company
Yes.
and says, "Do we have permission to do this
do
procedure on the
this.
patient?" And then the insurance company gives the green thumb. I'm sorry, why is that real? I could be melting from the inside out.
That's
and
true.
the insurance company, who's filled with 0% doctors, is going to be like, maybe no. I have to wait an additional week for this stupid
for the
process
authorization to
pass.
come through.
What the
That's why I
heck?
was like, the fact that they
Next
can
time
see you
need
quickly
help,
was
if for some reason need
wild,
my help
but-
specifically, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait a week for you." Kinda. Sorry, I don't know if you could tell.
You
I'm
know,
kinda
there should be,
bitter about it.
since he brought this up, because yeah, you have to get prior authorization for a lot of tests. Excuse me. And then they send out a letter or they call back the doctor and let them know. And then if you, God forbid, but if you pass while you're waiting for prior authorization, there should be some type of payout that goes to the family for funeral costs. Because the fact that I had to wait a week for you to decide whether whether you were going, the money that I pay you is going to go towards my health right now. And if I pass in that time, then a big percentage of funeral costs should be paid by the insurance company. I don't know if that's a thing. If it's not a thing, it needs to be a thing. For real.
Anyway, I get approved, and so we move on. So I'm ready to
That's
get a
good.
scan for my skull and spine. It's inside of an MRI machine. They're like, "Are you claustrophobic?" Maybe a little bit. I guess we'll figure out while I'm in there. They're like, "Okay,
Yikes.
cool. This is gonna take about 1 hour," and that made me a little nervous because I'm a really
it
restless
takes a long
person.
time.
At all times, I have to be
It
moving,
takes
whether
a
it be
long
moving my
time.
legs, moving my wrists, rubbing my feet together like a little cricket in my bed. I don't know why. I haven't really looked into why that is, and so I was a little bit nervous. But they give you like these little headphones, and then they're like, "Do you like
'Cause it's
classical
loud.
music or jazz music?" And I'm like, "Oh, let's do jazz music." And then you go into the tube, and it's really, really
That's
tight.
cute that
and
they
it's
did
kinda
jazz.
freaky. But the jazz music actually helps a little bit. I did
That's good,
surprisingly
that's good.
well. We got all the scans done. We only needed to redo one of them because I kind of twitched my head at one point after I was suppressing for so long. And I come out,
okay.
they say, "Okay, we're gonna look at these." We're gonna see
It's
what's
like
up, and then we're gonna
crawling
tell
out
you.
of there.
I'm actually like really freaked out because at this point we're thinking, oh, a brain scan, the thing that's the
Yeah.
most delicate part of your body, and they
Right,
have to
right,
look
right.
at it and see if something's wrong with that.
Which
That's
is
kind of
scary.
freaky. So we wait, and then the
Okay.
results come back. The results were brain scan, unremarkable. I think technically I understand that that's a good thing, but you
Right.
didn't have to say it like that.
Right.
Spine scan, also unremarkable. I came up clean. So what the heck is wrong with me? Turns
So hold
out
on, really quick, because he said that like when I've seen that on the medical, because when they give you a set of notes, like either they'll get no they have it and they give it to the doctor and the doctor reviews it, and because the MRI, the main MRI, I think, technician reviews it. They give it to the doctor to review it, but at the MRI, the place that you get the MRI, they make their notes, and when it says unremarkable, I'm like, okay, that's hella insulting, but also good, great. It's wonderful. But how dare you call me unremarkable?
never found
No,
out.
but I get that.
spent thousands upon dollars waiting, ultimately to amount to, I don't know what it is, and then eventually the
Did they
symptoms
do
went away.
blood?
Great. What's the moral of the story here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Thanks for watching.
Oh, oh goodness. Oh, him in that coffin. I just want to push him. Listen, I know this is like animation wise, but the minute he coughed just now, I just wanted to duff him right in the face. Like, get your coffin out my face, and then wash my hands, and then maybe pour some bleach on him. But no, I'm just kidding, not bleach. That was pretty harsh. Soapy water. Okay, this is clean. No, but like for this situation, like it does suck, like the healthcare process. I will say, like, especially if it's your first rodeo, if it's something that's recurring that you have to like go to every, like when you have situations where you have to go every 3 months or every 6 months or whatever, that's when things kind of iron out, where your doctor puts in the order well in advance with the insurance company, and then the insurance company can get back. So that way everything's ready by the time your appointment is made. And since it's something that's planned in advance, it's easier to go through. However, if it's your first rodeo, or even your second rodeo with a certain situation, and you have to wait for that authorization, and it's not something that was planned for like months in advance, then and you have to wait for that thing, that ish sucks, because you're essentially like waiting for someone else to deem your situation worthy of them paying for it, which is your money because you pay, mind you, depending on how long you've had insurance, right? Before you had to use the insurance. Um, for some people, they can go years of paying insurance and not really having to use it or not using it at all. And then come to the moment where they need it and then have to wait for them to decide whether it's something that they'll pay for or not. And you've probably put thousands of dollars, because insurance ain't cheap. If you put in thousands of dollars into this company for them to be like, oh, well, we're not going to cover that. Like, that's way too much power. We need free healthcare for everybody. That's what we need. I think there's a term for it or what have you, but it's healthcare should not be something that we are paying for monthly. And then on top of that, have people decide whether our illness is good enough for them to pay for. Why am I paying you? If you are not paying out anything to me, I should not be expected to pay you anything. That's my thing. Universal healthcare. That's what it is. Universal. And then some people will be like, well, universal healthcare is not that good because then you might have to wait in line and everybody's in a long line. It's okay. People, have you been to the ER? You still wait in a long line, okay, to get stuff done. And then only to be told that you owe them a bill of thousands of dollars, or some places won't even help you until you pay them because they know that insurance companies may not cover certain things and they may have difficulty recouping that money back. So that medical person may still require, like, if you ain't, they'll have you pay your copay and any particular thing you may owe on top of it. And if you ain't got that money, you ain't getting helped. So would you rather stay in line for with the actual knowing that you will be helped and assisted, or would you wait in line only to be denied because your insurance ain't covering it? You choose. You choose. Anyways, I digress. Everybody, get healthy, okay? Um, drink your ginger shots or add some ginger and lemon into whatever you're drinking. Drink lots of water. Get rest. Get your vitamin C up, okay? Vitamin D up. Those are great for your immune system. You know, do what you need to do. Make sure y'all take care of yourselves, okay? Take care of yourselves. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I know I went on a rant, but here we are. And check out the links down below. Become a member and patron. Also like the video to help your girl out in the algorithm. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies. Toodles.